Magic mushrooms help define the hippie generation, considered a party drug of sorts.
We're having a really fun night, actually. We're kind of going, not too hard, but pretty hard.
And a core comedic tool in whole chunks of Seth Rogen movies. Now its legalization is on the ballot in Massachusetts. The idea is to help Americans struggling with therapy-resistant depression. Question 4 includes the legalization and regulation of 5 psychedelics under licensed supervision, including authorizing individuals 21 years of age or older to grow, possess, and use a personal amount.
I wanted to show to my friends, my family.
Emily Oneshock is the grassroots campaign director supporting the initiative Yes on 4.
I think it speaks to so many people in a time when I think hope is really important to foster and develop. This is something that can help a problem that we haven't been able to resolve with our current tools.
More than 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. lives with a mental illness, and many turn to psychotherapy for help with depression, anxiety, and PTSD. But for some, that doesn't work. Oneshock, who lost her brother to gun violence and served in the Navy, says she couldn't escape her trauma until she tried psilocybin.
I had no idea just like how much I had been holding on to. And it was like the first time in like 6 years that I had this touch point of like, oh, like I feel whole and I feel safe and I feel like I bring value to this world because I had forgotten.
And she's not alone. NBC Boston spoke with Michael Bathello, another veteran.
It is like a moment of clarity when you do this, but it's something that sticks with you. It's not just a moment. The clarity stays with you.
Psilocybin-assisted therapy, or mushrooms, has been designated by the Food and Drug Administration as a breakthrough therapy for patients with major depressive disorder or treatment-resistant depression. Dr. Hannah McLean citing one small study in our conversation.
A single session of psilocybin was effective at reducing symptoms in 71% of participants. And when given a second session of psilocybin a few weeks later, 54% of participants were in remission of their major depressive symptoms.
Dr. McLean's organization, the Sound Mind Institute, is helping train and certify people to become psilocybin trainers that guide patients through the process in a safe and effective way.
We're really using these medicines to enhance therapy.
The measure would also create a board to regulate licensing of the drugs. But the president of the Massachusetts Psychiatric Society is opposed to the measure, arguing question 4 is too lax and could in fact be harmful.
So they can make people literally psychotic. When you look at the science, psilocybin has been shown to be better than nothing, placebo in some studies, but not better than standard antidepressants that we have now, which are safer. The way you do this safely and effectively is to study it, prove it, and then let doctors prescribe it appropriately and safely to people, not just let people grow it in their spare bedroom.
What do you think the uphill battle is that you face?
I think a lot of it is, like I said, the stigma.
Stigma Emily and Dr. McLean are trying to erase with legalization in Massachusetts.
And Yasmin is joining us now. Yasmin, I was up at Johns Hopkins University a few years ago when they did some of the original work on this, and they were saying this is revolutionary. And they are seeing so many patients, it literally, they describe, clears out the cobwebs in their head, and it breaks through. It breaks their depression. It can break an addiction. But there are risks, right? Because people can become psychotic and can jump out a window.
There are risks, and it's interesting that you asked that question because when I was speaking with Dr. McLean, essentially she said there is kind of a checklist you have to go through in order to qualify to use psilocybin as part of kind of your therapy, and one of them is if in fact you had been previously suicidal, for instance, or you had psychotic break tendencies. And for those individuals that qualify with having former psychotic breaks and or have thought about committing suicide, for instance, they did not necessarily qualify for psilocybin-assisted therapy. And by the way, there was also a study done by the University of Virginia School of Medicine in saying between the years of 2018 and 2022, calls into the U.S. Poison Control Center doubled amongst folks that were between the ages of 20 and 25 and tripled amongst folks between 13 and 19 years of age. And if you think about, Tom, right, the timeline of that, 2018 to 2022, there's 2 states in which psilocybin-assisted therapy has so far been legalized, Oregon and Colorado. In Colorado, it was 2022. In Oregon, it was 2020. So it may have been because of that. It may have been because of the destigmatization. But nonetheless, you're right. A lot of the studies have been done. And by the way, the FDA, as well as I mentioned there, are moving towards approval of this possibly in the next 5 to 10 years.
in a clinical setting. Let me just ask you this. Do you expect it's going to pass in Massachusetts? What's the read on the ground?
Of course, the activists are optimistic, but they're saying it's 50-50 at this point. But we know Massachusetts, obviously, historically more of a liberal state, so the likelihood of this passing is, at this point, fairly high.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.